little chink here.
3. On go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh.
Well, good.
Oh,
it wasn't on the laptop. It wasn't on the games.
It's a little premature, but it just got on me. That's it.
She was really pretty.
That's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes, right?
We have been tasked to do a very important project. We got to rank the Metroid games.
We have to. It's dropped on our desk, hot and steamy. We're bringing it for you.
This is gonna be intense. There might be blood. There might be wars. There might even be disagreements. What are we gonna do?
All right.
We're gonna rank the fucking games. That's what
we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see how differently me and Jackson align in the ranking of the Metroid games.
So we got to start where it all started. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
I'm going to start with the very first Metroid. So I'm holding up the original box, and he's got the re-release over here. Now, is this, you tell me, is this a crazy hot take?
It feels so wrong.
It does.
It feels so wrong.
It does.
It hurts to go that far back into history and throw it into the dump like that. Throw it into that D tier. But part of me says it feels so right, too. Is it wrong that it feels right?
It's a little bit wrong that it feels right. Because here's the thing about Metroid 1 is that it's so influential. It does so many things that other video games at the time just didn't do. Most games at the time had very bright music, or very bright colors and cheerful music. Metroid is the antithesis of that. This was a game that was heavily inspired by the movie Alien, and when you play it feels right at home.
You have a lot of gray.
I do
a lot of gray in that game. The game is all walled by gray. Your character's a little bit of orange. You got basically the characters are orange, and then you shoot orange. But the rest of the game is just like gray, white. Black.
There's no background.
No,
isn't that the weirdest thing? It's just black.
Yeah.
But in some ways, I think that helps it because it really does convey that sense of survival. You're alone. Like this game is a game. This is a game I love to play at night.
Yeah. It does feel very empty. It's just you make it or die.
Exactly. This is because this is one of those games that did away with scoring. There's no scoring in this game. This is all about just finishing your objective, completing the game, and surviving.
This game is so old it doesn't even have a save system. You have to key in special characters for a save slot.
The 25 character fucking save, bro. Yeah,
it's crazy.
And I'll even say this: it's my favorite NES game, but I know that Zelda's better. I know it's better. Metroid 1, really what it's doing is it's presenting an idea, almost like a tech demo.
Yeah, for sure. It's laying the groundwork for everything to come after.
Exactly. And that's why, it does feel sickening to put it there, because it also has the most groundbreaking moment in video game history at the time when you realize Samus is a woman.
A girl, yeah.
And it's like, holy...
You beat it in under, 2 hours?
1 hour.
1 hour,
You get her in a bikini.
That's it.
And
it's like, why is this man in a two-piece? Oh, we took her! Whoa!
You know what's really fucked up? They say it's a him in the manual.
Yeah, to keep you guessing.
Yes.
Yes, you don't know.
That's...
Although now you... Anyway.
Well, now we know. It's the most spoiled moment in video game history. So, I think D tier is a good spot. How do you feel?
I'm comfortable leaving it there. It's sad, but it's true.
But just everything after it. All the main games. The mainline games, the Prime games, they're all just better.
They're better.
So, I feel like...
Not everything that comes after.
No. We'll get there. We'll get there. This is the next game on our list. And it's Metroid II on the Game Boy. So, you haven't played this game.
Yeah, I'm going to admit... Didn't own a Game Boy. Did have a GameCube, so I did play some Game Boy games, but never played this one. This is one that I missed.
It's... For the system, it's really fucking good. It's really interesting how they were able to fit Metroid 2 on a Game Boy system. This is where the Varia suit got its design.
Oh yeah,
it's It's insane, and it does a lot of cool stuff. You have to hunt down all the Metroids in the entire game to beat the game. Like, cool objective. And it looks great for the system, but there's a reason why they remade it. It's on the Game Boy. You know, this is from You Can Beat Video Games.
Okay.
So
you have a counter in the bottom right. It's all the Metroids you still have yet to kill.
Yep.
Energy,
and missiles.
And so this is already an improvement on the last game.
Exactly. You get more information on screen.
This is vibrant. Like,
yes.
This is more interesting.
Now, granted, this is using a Super Game Boy, because the original Game Boy didn't have color. So it would actually look black and white.
Okay.
So right now it kind of has that Metroid 1 look, where it's got the black background and everything like that, right? But if we skip ahead to other sections... Let's see if I can find one right around here. They put extra stuff in the background.
Okay, so it's not all just empty space, empty void.
They did everything they could to make this game playable on a Game Boy. And it is. In fact, there's a lot of improvements to this game. You can finally shoot down. And you can crouch. And
aim down or jump up?
Jump up and aim down.
Yeah.
But now you can crouch, so you can shoot enemies on the ground and shit. This is where the spider ball is introduced, where you can climb on the walls and shit. This is where the spring ball is also introduced. So there's a lot of stuff from Metroid 2 that carries over to the rest of the series.
So you're telling me that you don't have to be a god at doop, 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 doop,
well,
doop, doop.
You still do. I don't even know if it's even possible in this game, if I'm being honest.
Dude, that bomb jump was crazy.
Brutal. If there's one thing I gotta say, though, because it is on the Game Boy, just not being able to see more, it's kind of rough.
Because it's such a small screen.
It's such a small screen. There's no map still. And there's some parts of this game where it's literally pitch black.
No map would drive me insane playing a Metroid today.
Yes.
So I cannot imagine that.
It's rough. But it is an improvement. And in my opinion, I would put
it deserves a C.
I would put it in C tier.
I agree. Based on just what I saw there, I agree with that.
Yes. Now, I think everybody knows where this is going. Now, this is the Japanese version. This is one of the greatest games ever made. We could probably just put it in S tier and not even talk about it.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Just for a minute.
Okay, just to tickle you a little
just
funny
for a
bone
minute.
there.
Just for a minute. We're going to throw that in S tier.
There it is.
I mean, what do I have to say about Super Metroid? It is the game that every Metroidvania in this genre is still following the rules, and it's still following all of the foundation of it, along with Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
100%, man. All those games, like, we kind of talked about this earlier. I know we shouldn't have off camera, but like we said, I mean, those games like Blasphemous, Hollow Knight, like those modernized games are trying to recapture lightning in a bottle, but in my opinion, you just can't. Super Metroid is the OG, the original genre-defying, along with Castlevania.
Yeah, they're literally like tied.
Yeah, like those two made what we experience today, and ultimately, like, there's just no getting better. Cream of the crop. So good.
I think about all the really cool things that you can do in this game. You can kill Phantoon.
Okay, we can get Phantoon. We can keep Phantoon out of the conversation.
I'm just saying, like, you can kill Phantoon in different ways. You can kill all the different bosses in all sorts of different ways.
I was gonna say, Phantoon's like the one part of the game that I could do without. But
it's still perfect though.
Yeah, even with Phantoon, like you brought up, that is a good point. You don't have to approach him just one way. Like,
yeah, this
is a true beauty of a game. They didn't just lock you in, and they let you explore and figure things out on your own.
God, like, and that's what, like, this was the first Metroid game that I beat all the way through.
Dude, the X-ray vision, the power bomb, the grappling hook. I mean, shit, they put so much into here that become a staple for the rest of the series. Like,
yeah, and I mean, do we even need to say anymore?
No,
do we?
No, it's so
It's
sweet.
Super Metroid. Everybody knows.
Plus, you get the rainbow beam at the end. Who doesn't love it?
Isn't that the coolest part of the whole game?
The rainbow beam is so sweet.
That whole section is so fucking sick. This might get a little controversial. But next up, we have Metroid Fusion for the GBA. This is where I would When I first played this game, I would have put it here.
Okay.
When I first played it, I was not a big fan of it. I was like, it does things really well, but I was not in love with it.
Holy shit, the game's hard, too.
It's very hard. I've beaten it several times. And for me, this is where I think it gets interesting. It could be anywhere in these two.
Honestly, to me, I feel later games added more value to Fusion. I feel after playing like Dread, I like Fusion more.
Yes.
Especially.
Yes.
But before playing Dread, I would agree that I'd keep it down in C or D tier. But nowadays, I think that it's a really cool story component to the overall lore of Metroid.
Yes. It's really the first game that actually has a story.
Yeah.
A story that is
discernible
really,
story.
It is really presented to us.
Yeah, like digestible story for sure.
Like with the first 3 games, it's mostly like you would read an instruction manual. You would get very loose aspects of the story, like the Metroids in Super. They have they're like the cloned Metroids that have the one little fucking red thing in the middle as opposed to the 3.
Yeah.
So there was very small touches like that, but they never really presented the story as normal as I would say.
Yeah, we definitely aren't like Prime scan everything for million pages of data.
Yes.
We are getting closer to that where we're starting to see some semblance. And like beforehand, I feel like, with 1, 2, Super, it's kind of like reading a book in another language that you kind of know. Like you're getting some things here and there, but you're reading between the lines. Like you're having to figure out what's going on.
That's a great. I know you're a Dark Souls fan. I know that's where you got it from.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that is a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
Because that is, you're right. Because if you really just play through 1, 2, and 3, 3 a little bit less so, but 1 and 2 really just feel like video games.
Yeah.
You feel like, hey, here's your objective. Go shoot your shit
yeah.
and get the fuck out.
Shoot the thing, grab the thing, get out of the thing.
And then 3 kind of introduces it just a little bit here and there. Why is Ridley after this fucking Metroid? And da-da-da-da-da. Fusion really does we're trying to tell a story here. This is like the first time we see Samus talk. It's the first time we hear about Adam. So
I think that you see some of the Federation too in that.
You do.
You start to see some more of the overall world structure, the universe as a whole, instead of just Zebes or
yes,
Zebes.
I like it in B.
I think that's very fair. I agree with
that.
I'm not push full on Fusion going higher than a B.
No, the Nemesis, like the SAS, like it has like the Mr. X like Nemesis system from Resident Evil was
just
really
showing
cool.
up to whoop your ass out of nowhere and then
really
dipping the fuck about out. Yeah.
Really fucking cool.
I'm here. Alright, see you later.
Get your shit rocked, kid. Really cool, but it is one of those things like I know when it's gonna happen. And I will say, this game has some of the most frustrating boss fights. I hate the spider boss fight, and I fucking hate Nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. The spider boss fight's a piece of shit, and Nightmare just rubber bands around you. So if you don't jump right, you always get hit. I'm like, this fucking sucks.
I had the luxury of playing on a controller, because again, I was playing on GameCube.
Yeah.
Even still, even with the refined controls of a controller, handheld controller versus Game Boy, it still wasn't perfect. It was not
It did not.
It didn't feel great.
It did not feel quite as good as Super.
Yeah.
But it's still a fun game to play.
Yes.
Have you played this one? Zero Mission.
No, actually.
Okay. Let's cover this real fast. In my opinion, I know this is a hot take.
Damn.
I think Zero Mission might even be better than Super.
Damn.
I like Super more because it was my favorite, right?
Damn.
But I can acknowledge that Zero Mission feels so fucking good to play. Like just moving around in that game. It's a full-on remake of Metroid 1, and it is one of the best remakes ever made. In my opinion, it's up there with Resident Evil 1 and RE2 remake.
I didn't even know what it was. Okay, so Zero Mission is just another remake of 1?
It's just a remake of 1.
Because there's no other remake of 1. There's
exactly.
Remake 2. Okay,
yes.
Right. So So Zero Mission. Okay, that's cool then. I didn't know that. I'd be fine with that. Does it add like the power-ups that we see later on into it?
Yes, and it takes all of the fundamentals from Super and Fusion, combines them together, and dude, it's so fucking good. It feels like, have you ever played a game and it just feels perfect, like just movement-wise? That's how I describe Zero Mission. There's a nice little surprise in this game. After you beat Mother Brain, there is a surprise.
Okay.
You want me to spoil it?
I don't feel like I'm ever gonna get around to playing it at this point.
You play it turns into almost like Metal Gear, because you play as Zero Suit Samus you got a paralyzer pistol, and you fucking shoot the space pirates and shit, and you got to run past them.
Oh, like on the escape is Zero Suit?
No. You get shot down during your escape.
Oh.
And it turns into like this. Like, think of like almost NES Metal Gear, but not the top down. It's still it's still Metroid style.
Yeah.
But you still have to sneak around and kind of stealth your way through it.
Huh. And like, wait for the patrol to go the other way, and then you go out. Okay, that's cool.
I was like,
never seen that before.
Because I remember I played through it and I killed Mother Brain, and I was like, damn, this is like a 2-hour game. Like, that was really short, because it really does follow a lot of stuff that Metroid 1 does, and it fucking throws you this curveball. And I was like, whoa. Oh, this is fucking great. So there's more to the game, and it, like I said, it just feels perfect.
Okay. And they kept with what was working well with the series and expounded upon something that was lacking.
It took the best parts of these two games, and it created a fucking work of art.
Well, if anybody's mad about the S tier rating, don't get mad at me. It's not me who put it there, but I can see why it's there based on what you're telling me.
Dude, if you ever get a chance to play it, please do it. It's so fucking good. So now we move into the third dimension. I feel like this one you're gonna disagree with me on this one. I think Metroid Prime is a fucking A tier game.
I think that's pretty fair.
Really?
I want to put it in S tier
I know.
so hard
I do
nostalgia
too.
Glasses, dude. Nostalgia glasses are telling me that this is an S tier game, but then there's so many sections of that game where I'm like, this is butt. This is poop from a butt.
The part of the game that always drives me insane is collecting the artifacts.
Yes. Oh my
god. That is the worst feature they ever did.
Now we can acknowledge the fact that while you're out there searching through fucking mounds of horse shit for the artifact, you do have the most baller fucking soundtracks keeping you company that whole time, dude. Oh my god.
So fucking good.
You may be annoyed by the fact that you're having to run through all these areas, but you're never annoyed hearing that soundtrack back on, and you're like, oh, okay.
It's to me, this is like taking Super Metroid and putting it 3D.
Yeah.
As, minus the artifact shit. But this feels like, oh no, Metroid can work in 3D.
Which they really should have got the message that artifacts suck, but they didn't.
We'll get there. Don't you worry. But Prime, it's one of the most, if not the most immersive video game I've ever played. Scanning all of the fucking shit in the game, switching between the different visors and the different beams. I'm like, dude, this is a fucking experience.
And the game training you the whole time to realize when you need to switch those visors and switch those beams just for that final boss fight to encapsulate every single thing you've learned up to that moment is
all the mechanics.
Sweet.
All the mechanics get used right at the very end.
You're switching between every visor, switching between every beam, you're switching between you're going ball mode, spider mode, you're doing everything.
It's so fucking good.
It's so good. They knocked it out of the park with that final Metroid Prime.
It really was. And honestly, the Ridley fight I also enjoyed.
Yeah.
Everything about this game is so fucking good. Too bad the artifacts
treasure hunt
can't because here's the thing. My first playthrough of this game, I didn't collect that many artifacts. I think I got 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And then you beat the fucking boss in the Phazon Mines. And then you're like, well, now what?
Oh, I need to go get all the artifacts.
And it's like, I need to get fucking 7 more artifacts?
Oh, God.
And it's like, brother, why couldn't it... If it was 6, that would have been, great game. Honestly, if you didn't have to collect all of them, or they only had, 6 to collect, I would put it in S tier.
Or even if, they just made it more obvious where, like, yes, there's less of them, and they're more obvious where they are.
Yeah.
I think that would be, like, perfect. Like, it's almost impossible to miss it, and then by the time you need the artifacts, maybe if you were, like, average players, either has them all or is missing one, much better experience.
Yes.
But the average player only has, like, 4 artifacts by the time they get there.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you guys.
But it fucking sucks because it's right at the fucking end of the game.
Yeah, you can't go fight the final boss until go fuck off and go search through all the map and scan everything you possibly can.
Once you're done with that little section, it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Once you're done treasure hunting, it's like 10 minutes left in the fucking game, and it's over.
Yeah.
And you know what? Because I see it up here, too. Remaster, same spot.
Yeah, definitely.
Great rendition. Still has all the same problems as the original. But I feel like it should at least be mentioned.
Like, I truly do hope that, like, kids that were my age when the remaster came out and that had the Switch, like, I hope that they played it. Because it is such a fun game. But
we forgot to show these.
we did.
Well,
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's an A tier.
I was excited to talk.
It's an A tier. I mean,
This is my childhood right here.
it's
I had
such a great fucking game.
I had a GameCube in my room growing up, and like every night I'd be playing like Metroid or Metal Gear or just one of those. And yeah, oh yeah, the best.
This game is next.
Go on ahead, throw it in an S. We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, okay, I'll throw it in this. Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
And
Boop. See, it's close enough, right?
that has a similar sound, but not quite the right letter.
What's the difference?
Okay, yeah, you might be right. Well, S could stand for suck.
You're not wrong. We can change it for
We have to
this.
flip everything.
We can change it for this one fucking. We can change it for this one fucking game.
All right. Joke's over. Yeah, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. I want to say, as a kid when this came out, who had 2 GameCube controllers, and this is the first Metroid game that had PvP that I played. Holy crap, did I love that? That was sweet. Man, this game's got not a whole lot else going for it. This game's got... It does have uniqueness.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
This is the Majora's Mask of the Metroid series, where there's a lot of really cool ideas that are put into it, but it's not executed very well. Our main gripe of Prime 1 were the artifacts. And I guess reviewers at the time did not say anything about how much it fucking sucks to hunt for artifacts.
I think that they liked it.
Sure, they were wrong. But, what a surprise. Game journalists have always been wrong.
They always
Jeez. But, so, like, Metroid Prime 1, there's 12 artifacts. In Prime 2, there's, like, 15. Or it's like 16.
It's been so long since I played, I didn't know it was more.
And you have, it may be 18.
I remember it feeling just so endless though because of the different worlds and then
switching between the light and the dark
the light
worlds.
and the dark, and then you always have to worry about like it's not the oxygen, but like
you
die.
Yeah,
like
if you walk out in the dark world, you lose health.
You die. Yeah.
And I have to say this too, like Metroid is a series that's done backtracking like to perfection. Fuck Echoes, dude.
Yeah.
The backtracking in this game is so fucking bad. It kills the whole pacing of the fucking game.
I will say I really like multiple different points of like I like the Dark Samus. I like I don't know.
There's so many things.
There's so many things to like about it, but it's just so fucking annoying at the same time to play the goddamn game.
That is why I call it the Majora's Mask. Because
I think it has my favorite water levels of any Metroid
It does.
game. Like, aside from Super Metroid, it is my favorite 3D water levels.
Yes.
They're so good, but like, holy shit.
There is like
so bad.
There is like, you know, obviously like the first time you fight Dark Samus and the build up to Dark Samus is so fucking cool.
Dude, that I will always remember seeing Dark Samus for the first time, just like murdering the Federation guys, and like, dipping into the portal, and you're like,
yes,
whoa. What am I playing here? What am I chasing? What's happening?
Or like you walk in, so it's like right at the start of the game, you walk into the cave and you see all the Federation soldiers
like hanging
by the fucking ceiling. Like, what the? This is fucking sick.
Yeah.
But
and you're scanning them and you're seeing all the different ways that they died and just like, what is happening here?
Fuck? Like, this is so cool.
You're trying to put it together in your head, but nobody is prepared to see Dark Samus for the first time. And so it's just like, whoa, what a cool reveal. But yeah, the rest of the game does not follow us strong.
No. It does a lot. It has a lot of really. I appreciate all the cool ideas they put into it. It was weird to see ammo in Metroid for your beam.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Because
holy crap,
you have
the light in the dark is ammo.
Light in the dark beams and shit to take ammo. So I was like, okay, it's different, and that's why I call it the Majora's Mask of the series. It's different. It does some really cool fucking things. It's spooky.
Oh,
this game is fucking creepy as shit sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, the water level enemies are like terrifying coming out of the fog.
Yes.
Like you're playing this game in the middle of the night as a kid, and like the water's all murky and shit, and then also you see like loud growling noises, and all of a sudden something's rushing you in the front of your screen. You're like, what the hell? Yeah.
Yep.
It gets you. And even when you're not in the water, there's plenty of like dark, dark world.
The sound design in this game, so fucking good.
The sound design with the light beam,
dude,
so good,
so fucking good. I've played this one once. I beat it once. I don't want to play this again.
You just don't need to.
No.
You just don't need to play it again.
There's no reason. Prime
for sure. Dump that.
Prime 3.
Are we gonna?
Oh, that's right. We gotta.
We have it down here.
Oh, we gotta represent it.
Prime 3.
Prime 3.
This is the trilogy.
It represents it.
Yeah.
I know my disc is somewhere. I just don't know where it is right now. So we're using Prime Trilogy as a placeholder.
Which I cannot believe, by the way. I never knew that this came out. As somebody who's been a Metroid player my whole life, I didn't know that the Trilogy remake came out for the Wii until probably 3 years ago.
I told you about it.
I was pissed. I was like, are you serious? I could have had them all on one disc, and yeah, anyway.
So Prime 3. I definitely think it's better than 2. And aspects of it are better than 1. But I don't know if I would go a step higher than A still.
You know, that's... Oh, God, it
Isn't
hurts.
it? It hurts. Because I'll be honest, this is my second favorite Metroid.
I really, really fucking love Prime 3. That is one of the... That is a game that... I probably have the second most playtime in Prime 3 of any of them. In Prime 3, I really enjoyed... I did not like motion controls for the most part on the Wii.
No.
But the Prime 3 was fun with that nunchuck grappling. It just felt like it got it.
That was the game...
95% of the time when I was doing a motion, it understood the motion, which was my number one gripe with motion controls, was it wouldn't know what I was trying to do.
Well, also, I will say this. This is the game that changed my mind on motion controls. They can work.
These can be sweet.
It can be, can be so fucking cool. Operating the fucking ship.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot, you're fucking doing everything in there. So sick.
Yeah, I mean, what? And then you have, middle of a battle, you'll be shooting a guy and he throws up a shield and you cast out your left arm and that's a grappling hook to rip his shield away and then you blast the motherfucker. It just feels sweet.
It's so fucking cool.
It felt so cool. At the time, and I'm sure if I went back and played it, I'd still stand by it. But it's been years.
I played this, like I said, for the first time I played this about a few years ago, and I've beaten this game several times since then.
I only remember...
fucking rocks, dude.
I remember one motion kind of sucking, and it was twisting the batteries.
The batteries
was the one thing that was it just felt like it was
It's a little jank. it's a little jank. I'll admit, it's a little jank.
It figures it out by the end.
But
you get through those.
Thankfully, you don't, in the heat of the moment, in moments where the motion controls really matter, it never got in the way.
The platforming, it always got the grappling hook.
Always did.
I agree with that.
That's fuck. I'm trying to really think of flaws I have with this game.
Honestly, I don't really have them. I really loved the story. I loved the idea of you have to use this thing, but it's corrupting you more and more to use that thing to beat your enemy. How far is Samus willing to go to overcome Dark Samus? But I don't know.
When you would see the reflection of Samus in her visor, and she'd be all fucked up. She's got blue veins popping out of her face and shit.
Especially the closer you get toward the end. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm thinking, dude?
Oh god, I want to put it up there. I want to put it up there. Oh, he puts it up there.
I'm thinking this.
Oh, I'm excited by it. I think it's right to belong there.
I fucking love this game. I cannot say that this game... Maybe the only flaw that I can think of, you technically only get 2 beams. You get your normal power beam, and then when you enter into corrupt mode or whatever the fuck, power mode or whatever, you hold down plus.
Yeah. You
get the more powerful beam, the blue beam. Maybe that's the only flaw that I see. I didn't hate any
Damn,
of
I
the,
didn't remember that they didn't have other beams.
I didn't hate any of the level design in this game. I thought it was awesome. You were exploring like 3 or 4 different planets.
Yeah, and you pick the landing site. Like, you get one landing site, so every time you discover a new planet, like, it's given to you by your last objective that you just finished, right?
Yes.
You get a landing site, you're told to go there. You go there, and you explore more, and you find another landing site, and you're all battle and bruised off your battle, and you fucking punch in your coordinates, and your ship comes and flies over, and it lands.
Dude, the airstrike?
Oh, God, the airstrike is sweet, dude.
This is S2.
The game's sweet.
This game is so fucking cool.
For a Wii game, this game fucking kicked ass.
I'll be honest. This game honestly made me want to play more of the Wii.
This game was heat.
Because when I grew up, I thought the Wii was for weirdos and losers.
Yes.
And
those weird fit people that were like slightly overweight but wanted to act like they weren't, so they got the Wii Fit.
Exactly. But I played this. Like I said,
Sorry
played
if that
this.
was you.
I'm not. I played this long after the Wii came out, literally over a decade after, and I was like, "This game is fucking incredible."
So that was interesting.
I don't hate it being an S tier.
I think it belongs, honestly. Like, as weird as it feels putting a Wii game in there, it belongs.
And granted,
they slapped.
Prime 3, I don't really hear people talk about Prime 3.
Which is weird. Like, the discussion is normally around Prime 1 or Prime 2 being not as good as Prime 1.
Yes. 3 is, like, almost forgotten, but I'm like, dude, this game had a fucking world.
I feel like people were scared by it because it was a Wii game. Because it was like, you had to rely on motion controls instead of just having that set, I push this button, it does this thing. Like, you know, you're having to switch over to that, I'm casting, you know what I mean? And, like, I think people didn't jive with that.
No, that's a great point. That makes sense to me. But nowadays, if you find a way to play Prime 3, pick it up. We kind of skipped a few games, but I don't hate it.
We got excited with Prime.
To be honest, it carried Metroid for like 10 years.
Well, they're still carrying.
Let's be honest,
Prime too. Prime's hype is still carrying Metroid. But.
Well, before we get to a game that I know both of us are like, ugh, on, Pinball.
Pinball!
How do we feel about Pinball?
So, it depends on how you want to categorize it. If you want to categorize it as, like, on the playing field with these games that we've already ranked. Like if you had to pick Pinball over one of these, it's going to rank low. But I think if you're looking specifically for a pinball experience that's Metroid themed, it ranks a lot higher. So it depends. If this is pinball, you're like, I'm looking for a pinball game and this happens to be Metroid, this is S tier, dude. This is such a sweet fucking pinball game. It's killer. If you're comparing it to if we're comparing this to Super, to Prime 3, to all that,
I would personally rank it in the middle if we were ranking.
Yeah.
Only because it's a pinball game.
If this has to stand up to these guys, I'm way more comfortable putting this in C or B. I feel like this belongs in a B. This is a sweet game that I regularly for like a decade would go back and play on my DS.
It does. It does feel really good to play. Most pinball video games, they don't. It feels okay. It does the video game thing where it still tries to
gamify it with boss battles.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's okay. It makes it worthwhile and fun.
It stands out too, because if you're just looking for generic pinball, just go play pinball. But this is Metroid Pinball, where you can fight Ridley, or or you can fight Kraid, or whatever.
The music sounds great. I don't hate it.
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
Sweet. Okay.
Okay.
Consensus.
So here's
no blood yet.
Not yet. We're getting there. Prime Hunters. You haven't played this one.
I haven't played this one. Fake fan.
It's got terrible.
Judge me. So tell me about that. Why is it in C2?
Technically, on a technical level, it is impressive on the DS.
Okay.
It's a 3D. It's Metroid Prime on the DS with multiplayer. That's pretty fucking cool for a DS.
Yep.
The only problem with it is how it controls. And you have to look around using the stylus, the D-pad to move, and the left bumper to shoot.
My God.
It is... I didn't beat this game. This is... Of all the games, there's 2 games on here that I never beat. This one I haven't beat because, frankly, it is just uncomfortable to play.
Because, frankly, you never got good?
I never got good.
Understand.
I stopped. When I had to keep icing my fingers to play, Coach. I was out, bro. I was out, dude.
This is my 4th time at the doctor's office, and I still haven't beat this damn game. Get fucking tendonitis. Yeah, no, that sounds truly despicable to play. Double tapping your map or double tapping your side.
You have to double tap to jump.
Who does that?
It was.
I mean, I know who does that. It's Dark Souls, which was literally memed upon for 2 decades.
Ever until they fixed it in Elden Ring.
With a dedicated button. So yeah, that's pretty fucking awful.
But like, I don't know if I can put it lower than Metroid 1. I don't know if I can.
Okay.
It's like I said.
Maybe it's on tier with Metroid 1. Do you think that... Would you rather play Prime 2?
No. You're right. You're right. You know what? Because even, like, people who've played this game all the way through, they're like, it's aight. There's 2 games I know for sure. I'm pretty sure you've been waiting for this.
Let's just deal with that one and get that garbage out of here. Okay. I have nothing to say about that. I never played that.
I remember the reveal of this game. And I thought it looked like total shit. And I remember I've seen gameplay of it.
Yeah.
And it looks terrible.
Yep.
I don't know why anybody would I don't even think Samus is in the game.
No.
I think what they did.
You play as just random nobodies in the Federation.
Yes. Who the fuck wants to do that?
Not me.
Exactly.
Although I do think that they put one of the guys from 3 or a couple of people.
They probably put like one of the bounty hunters, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that one of those guys is in there, but it just doesn't matter.
I gotta be like, why would you?
Nobody cares.
It feels like they took a game and just slapped Metroid on the title.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know how. If you've seen gameplay of it, it's like embarrassing. It almost like
step back. I'm activating the energy pad.
It almost looks like. Did you ever play Republic Commando?
Dude, I did, but I like Republic Commando.
It looks like a bad version of Republic Commando.
This had to be after it.
It was. No, it was like almost 20 years
Holy
after.
Shit, dude. This is somebody's like wet dream of Republic Commando and Star Wars mixed. You're so right. I just saw that and I can't get it out of my head.
Yes.
This is Republic Commando.
We did it, everybody!
Exactly.
Yeah. It belongs in M tier.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's where it goes. Speaking of M.
M.
We got the other M in there.
Now that we put one in M, we got to put the other M in M. The other M. What is to say about this is, man, it was the second Wii game that I knew of, because I didn't know about the trilogy. It was the second Metroid Wii game that I knew of, and I was like, oh sweet, if they knock it out of the park like they did with 3, this game's going to be so fucking gas. They're going to keep Metroid alive for the next 100 years. This is what we need. They released the other M. It was not what we needed.
Do you remember the commercial for this game? It took the Halo 3 route. It took the Halo 3 route. It was trying to be like
super dramatic, and like it had people yelling at Samus, and that's just the game, is people yelling at Samus and Samus going, okay.
Look at this cuts. Look at the no, but seriously, like this is sick.
Halo 3.
But it's like it's a good. It looks sick. I remember seeing this as a kid and being like, damn, like this looks
like, what is the story we're going for here? Yeah.
But like
one of
it looks like it
dude,
could be
if this was the game, my god.
This would have been so sick.
Oh my god.
Look at this. Like it's covering all the moments that we love from every one of the fucking games. And I'll say this about Other M's gameplay at the very least. It's not terrible. I'll be real, though. You know, there's that question. Can a video game still be good if the story sucks?
Yeah.
And it can.
It can.
I have another question. Can a story be so bad that it kills any interest you have in playing a video game? Yes.
I think the answer to that, too, is it depends on the fan. Depends on the player. Like, if you're a player that's, like, played through all this, and you're invested in Samus, and, like, you know her, this game is so not for you.
It sucks.
But I feel like, alternatively, if this is your first intro to Metroid...
God help you.
God help you, but you might not hate it at the same time.
You probably won't.
You might be like, oh wow, what a story of rebellion and coming of age and this, that, and the other, and it's like, no, that's not what Samus' character is.
No, it's not.
Sucks, but...
It's not what the series is.
No.
Well, and after that game, after Other M, the series went on hiatus, and then guess what came out right after it? This one.
Yeah, they could have done better.
Back-to-back shit games in a row.
What
bro.
I do want to say, too, though, about the Other M, like, actual, genuine, good thing to say is it was really cool dynamic to switch from third-person view to first-person view, and they did a lot of that.
It really did feel like they tried to combine Metroid Prime and the 2D games into one. Because the Prime games, Samus does not move any way like she does in 2D games.
Yeah, she's so quick in 2D, bro. You are... and then in 3D, you are tank.
It's a tank.
You are tank.
Which, like, I really appreciate the ideas of what they were doing with Other M. I don't love the gameplay in it, but it's not a doomed concept.
Yeah.
Like, this could totally work. It's just... You cannot write a character that people thought was a total badass and then turn him into a little bitch.
Turn him into just a little, like, oh, I'm so sorry, yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yes, sir. Like, no, that's not what we're playing this game for.
No.
We're not playing a game to get yelled at by an NPC we've never heard of and don't care about.
Like,
what the fuck?
Why is she following orders? She's not even with the
She
Federation.
doesn't work for the Federation.
What is even the fucking point?
And, like, the whole trailer looked like it was a point of she doesn't work for them. She, like, said, no,
she
screw
was
you guys.
She was rebellious
and
shit, yes.
And then it's like, okay, I better follow orders.
Well, dude, like, what? I made a whole video about this fucking game. That's how much it sucks. So
go check that out.
Go check it out.
Right here.
I'll put a card somewhere. Do we want... So, I'll briefly discuss this.
Oh, yeah.
Metroid Prime Trilogy.
Metroid Prime Trilogy.
All the games were reworked and remade-ish to be played on the Wii. Prime 1 and 2 now have motion controls. I'll be honest, the idea of playing Prime 1 and 2 with motion controls does not sound super appealing. They're made for control.
They're made for a controller, yeah.
Yes. Because in Prime 3, to switch between different visors, you hold down a button and then move about the screen, but you don't have to do it all the time. There's areas in Prime 1 and 2 where you'll shoot a door, change weapons, shoot a door, change weapons, shoot a door. So it's like, yeah, that could get a little...
You'll have to switch visors to scan something to be able to shoot that door.
You're right. So, it's more... This is more... That's more like a personal taste thing. I will throw it in A tier. Because it's not horrible. They did what they could. And at the end of the day, if this is the only way you have to play Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3, it's not bad. Not a bad way.
Yeah, do it.
Samus Returns.
Yeah, don't have anything to say on this one either.
So after these two duds, this came out, and it was on the 3DS. It's a really good fucking game. It does a lot. So a lot of the things that you see in Dread started here. The parry system started here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The like the cinematic cutscenes where you like parry a boss at the right time and then
it switches into it. And
you
get like an action sequence to
and you're just blasting the shit out of bosses. That happens here as well. I don't know if it's A. I want to put it in A.
Okay.
I don't know if it's
better than Metroid Pinball.
It is.
Then put it in A.
You beat the game. And then you unlock Fusion mode, and like there's a cutscene at the end of the game where you see the X-Parasite fucking grab onto a monster and shit. I'm like, this is sick. There's also... Are you ever going to play this game?
What is it on?
3DS.
No.
Ridley is in the game. And Ridley was never in the original. And that was like, as someone who played the original too before this... You fight the Metroid Queen, and you think that's when the game's over in the original, basically. Like, oh, this is sick. You get back to your ship, and boo-hoo, then it's all done. Well, in this game, all of a sudden the music gets all quiet, and then it gets all fucking creepy and shit. And it's like, this is supposed to be like a cheerful part of the game. What the fuck's going on?
What's happening?
All of a sudden, Ridley comes in out of nowhere, and it was like,
Okay, that's sweet. So what they did there is they hit you with a zero mission switch up where they kept you on your toes. That's sick, dude.
And I'm like, okay, you're right. No, this is an A tier game.
That's sick. Yeah,
this is A tier.
As somebody who's never played it, again, I feel comfortable putting it there based on this conversation.
It's a great fucking game. Highly recommend it. But it like I said, now this actually leaves us with the ultimate question. Where does Dread go?
That's, to me,
where does this go?
Goes into S. And it took me a minute to come to that. I was deliberating. I was like, it took me so long to beat this game. How can I put it there? I think that they did so much to return to what made them great. And they found a way to bring in elements that Metroid has never seen before that were fun. They brought in stealth. They brought in...
Yes.
Oh, God. I don't know, though, too. Like, I'm not dead set on an S. Like, I want it to be...
I'm kind of with you.
I want it to be in S tier. But part of me doesn't feel like it has the same magic that I felt playing through Super Metroid. Or even that same magic I felt playing through Prime when I'm fucking...
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get that same... I'm a Metal Gear fan. I love stealth through and through. That was so cool to see in Metroid.
It was so sick. It was so cool.
But, holy fuck, the Emmys are so annoying, dude. At the same time. Especially on repeat playthroughs, I'm like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, it does get old, and playing it on fucking...
Oh man, you're a baller for doing that. I still haven't played it.
It was. I've beaten Halo Lasso.
That's true.
So like, I love I'm kind of a masochist in some ways.
You're right. Just put an end tier.
Here's what I say. This game started a lot of things that this game took, but this game does it better.
The parry, so good.
Parry is so much better. The
slide dodge,
good. All of that, so much better.
So sweet, and like the stealth and escaping from the enemies is honestly really like that gets your blood pumping.
It does.
The first time you're playing through Metroid Dread,
yes.
Every single time you're in an enemy area, it is like, oh shit,
where the fuck are they?
Where like I'm fucked, and like especially like each area is its own little like panic attack when you first run into an enemy, and you're like, oh god, I gotta get out of here, I'm fucked. Oh god, I gotta get out of here. It's just like. That adrenaline doesn't go away until your repeat playthrough, and then you're like, okay, this is fucking...
Yeah. That's
time for this again.
All right, this again.
Yeah.
I will say this about Dread. It was really nice how it had content. There was hard mode, there was Dread mode. They eventually added in boss rush mode. Cause, I mean, these games, they create their own replayability because you can... It's like, oh, I want to do 100% on.
Yeah.
I want to beat this game with as few items as possible. I want to get a better time. Like, they already have replayability, but this game was like... You have this replayability and more. And it's like that's a really good thing.
What it's really missing though is the 24 character save system. That's
You're right.
If they had that it would be S tier, but
why isn't the FOV like on Samus's helmet and that's it?
No, but really though, like as much as I want this to be an S, I can talk myself down to an A.
I can too.
Like all day.
I will Genuinely, one thing about this game that has always bothered me, the music is not that great.
Oh, yeah. I agree. It's actually kind of annoying when the enemy area is annoying. It starts to get annoying. Like, at first it's it's unsettling, and you're, ooh, but then it's like, okay, I'm muting this.
Yes.
And I kind of agree with that throughout a lot of the game. It's just not as, it's not as gas.
Not as gas. I will say this. I bought a Switch when this was announced. I didn't have a Switch before. I literally bought my Switch for this game. I was not disappointed at all. I was like, holy fuck, this game is still great. But you know what? The more I keep talking about it, the more I keep thinking about it.
It's an A tier game.
Let's look at this for a second.
I honestly feel comfortable with this list.
I don't hate it.
I think that this list is... I don't even think that this list can receive too much hate online. If it receives hate, it's somebody who's old enough to have played 1 and that blew their fucking mind. Which, fair enough, dude. We weren't that old.
Yeah.
This tier list is representative of our age group playing this game.
It's our age group, but also you've played most of these. I've played all of these.
That's true.
So like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
The only thing I'm really sad about is Pinball not being the NAS. That got me through so many swim meets, dude.
Oh, I can only imagine.
The shit out of that game. I love that. But yeah,
this is good. You know what? I think that's a solid list. I think everything we talked over everything. We left one fucking game down here.
Yeah, I know. Zero Mission, right?
By the way, the Japanese box art,
super
holy
cool.
fuck, so much better than the American box art.
Generally a occurring pattern.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's our tier list. You know what? I love it.
I do too.
I'm cool with it.
I'll sleep well on this tonight.
I will too.
Let us know if you're pissed. Let us know if you agree.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope to have you on another video sometime soon. It's been like fucking 3 goddamn years.
I know. I'm glad to be back. This has been fun.
But thanks, bro. And we'll see you guys all next time.
Peace.